Um, Welcome back to Prop 5 Show, Sunday, April 7th. As we jump into today's slate, going to talk a little women's basketball that's kicking off here in about 15, 20 minutes. We'll talk a little NBA. We have a big Heat and Pacers game coming up at 5 o'clock. Lots of NBA, lots of MLB. Really a great sports day going on today on April 7th. So we're going to jump right in before we do anything. Let's talk about our sponsors. Prize Picks. Prize Picks is available all over the country. Right now, it's not available in Florida, but you can use our code 5, FIVE, get yourself a sign-on bonus when you sign up. You can view the cards on in Florida right now, so it should be coming back soon, hopefully. But at this point, outside of the country, or outside of the state of Florida, I should say, it's available there. And then our other sponsor, we'll jump into them soon, Better Edge. Better Edge is legal in 45 states, social betting marketplace. You set the line. You're not subject to bad lines. I saw a tweet earlier today, one of our followers talking about a prop that he saw on the only legal sports book in Florida, and it was off by 2 outs, which is a huge difference in a pitcher prop. So you're getting bad lines there. Go to Better Edge. You get yourself better lines than you can on that other app in Florida. So we'll jump right in. We'll talk about Prize Picks first. The women's college game today, the national championship, obviously between Iowa and South Carolina. Talking spread-wise, that spread is 6.5. I think some places have it at 7. I think South Carolina is going to roll through Iowa. I think they're more talented. I think they're bigger. They're more physical. They have the best coach in the country. I know Caitlin Clark is great. I know that the story is great, but I think the story ends here. And there's also the revenge factor here. So Iowa beat South Carolina last year, but this year, South Carolina, they shoot the ball better than they did last year. Cardoso, Ashlyn Watkins, I think they're going to eat it up on the boards. So I do have a couple props for the women's game. You have a couple, what about 15 minutes left before you can get that in there? So two of them that I like on this card is Caitlin Clark under 7.5 rebounds. I also like going to points, rebounds, and assists. Ashlyn Watkins, I mentioned her just a second ago. Big post player, 6'4", probably for South Carolina, and over the 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Also in here, another kind of playing on that size advantage, Camila Cardozo, one of the best bigs in the country, to be honest with you. 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going over on that one. And then with Caitlin Clark, also points, rebounds, and assists, I'm going to go under. I know that, if I could do points and rebounds, I would love that more because I know Caitlin is obviously a great passer also. But either way, I think the points, I think I would lean under there. I did not play it, but 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists under. I don't see a way. I don't see a path for Iowa unless Caitlin plays, extraordinary, but also that's not going to be enough. She's going to have to get play from Kate Martin, from Stolke, from her teammates, because South Carolina is just better across the board. And they're more athletic. So you're going to also have a problem with just competing with those athletes. And you saw what UConn did, at least in spurts, against Caitlin Clark. And UConn, to be honest, is good. They're just not as good as South Carolina. And I think South Carolina is going to win the championship. And I think that's going to be the trend tomorrow, too. Big Ten hasn't won a national championship in basketball in 24 years. I don't think that's going to change today or tomorrow. So I think both favorites, UConn in the men's, and then South Carolina today in the women's. So switching over really quick to Better Edge, just to look at the marketplace there. As I said, 6.5 is the number that's available. Lots of money in there, which is really cool to see. $10,000 in liquidity. So you can get, basically any line you want here. You can see that the 6.5s right before. So we were at 248. When I looked at this just a few minutes ago, the 6.5s were still there. So it looks like on Better Edge, you're getting mostly 7s now. And I saw earlier that it was kind of trending that way. It did touch 6 late last night when I bet it. I got a little bit of 6, but I have mostly 6.5. I wouldn't go down here and pay this much money for a 5.5. The difference between those numbers is not that much. So still available there. You got about 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes before that game tips off. Let's flip it back over to Prize Picks real quick and go into the NBA. Obviously, with the Heat today, big game. Some questions that are popping up right now as we record about Terry Rozier may not be available, so that might be something you can jump in on. Let's just see if his props are still available. Yeah, still there. He's questionable right now, according to some sources, some gaming websites or accounts and things like that. So maybe throw a little money on his unders, and maybe he is limited, or maybe he doesn't play, and it obviously would get canceled out. You could also lean into other guys like Tyler Hero, um, I guess Jimmy, different guys that are going to play more minutes as a result, maybe Duncan Robinson. But I don't have anything from the Heat game directly. The 3 plays that I have in the NBA today are later today, and those are, I have Chet Holmgren under 9 rebounds. See if that's still available. Yep, right here. Chet under 9 rebounds, playing against the Hornets. I think that's a game where the Hornets are going to be severely outmatched, and besides the fact that he has an advantage inside, he's probably not going to play a lot of minutes, is what my lean is there. Booker, I have it at the Green Goblin, over 24.5. If I could play the normal line, I'd be looking at 26.5 if possible, but 24.5 is the way I'm going to go there. So go that Green Goblin. And then the other one that I have is Jalen Brunson. Big game for the Knicks today, playing against the Bucks. We know the Bucks have struggled lately. They can't beat anybody, it seems like, basically. But I have his points and rebounds, 33.5 right here, over 33.5. If you look at the points, I like playing these sometimes. When I was on with Ethan a few days ago, so look at his points, 30.5. So if you put points and rebounds, if he has a good scoring day, he's going to get it anyways. It's only 3 rebounds that he's looking to get. And, if you go to points, rebounds, and assists, now it jumps up by 8 more when you add the assist part of it to the points, rebounds. So that's why I lean that Brunson over 33.5 points and rebounds. All right, last but not least, we'll jump into the MLB a little bit. Let me switch over here, switch gears. MLB, I do have one play. I already have one in action right now that started at 220, so I obviously can't give that away. But one that I have left here, Blanco, pitching for the Astros today. I have him under 15.5 outs. Still available there. You can jump into that. Just getting into the baseball slate. So something new as the season's getting going. And maybe, I don't know what's more shocking, the earthquake in New York the other day or the fact that the Marlins are winning right now, according to what I saw just a bit ago. I think they're up 6-0. So let's see if the Marlins can get their first win of the season finally. Unfortunately, not the best team in the world. So hopefully everybody's excited for a great sports day today. You got the Women's National Championship coming up for us in South Florida. Heat Pacers coming up at 5 o'clock right after that. Great NBA slate today. Great MLB slate. Lots of day games today. You got the Masters coming up next week. You got a lot of stuff coming up. So make sure you tune in. Use our codes FIVE for Prize Picks, 5RSN for Better Edge. All of those are available on my Twitter, on 5 Reasons Twitter. You can see what we're playing. Jump in there. Join our Discord. Check that out. It's only $2.99 a month. And we give out gambling plays there. There's a lot of people that are sharing their own picks, a good community of people that are betting there, and it's a lot of fun to win together when you're sharing the same side. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you later for Heat versus Pacers at 5 o'clock.